Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Friday, April 24th, 2015. Yesterday's announcements, jobless claims, a little bit higher than expected, but still within range. PMI, manufacturing index, flash, missed, but still within range, so it came up a little short. New home sales also missed, but still within range. So overall, yesterday looked weak from an announcement or I don't know what you call it, report, I guess you might say, perspective. Today we have durable goods orders at 8:30. Probably won't mean a whole heck of a lot to the market, if you know what I mean. All right, what do we got here? What is this stuff? It looks kind of weird. All this junk in here. Is this something new that they have? I just noticed that. It looks like, I don't know, looks weird. That's all I can say. Weird's the word for today. Asia futures. How'd they do today? Kind of mixed. And pretty solid too. Almost 1% on each one or better, as in Sensex. And in Europe, yeah, we are green across the board in Europe. It's a big day too on some of the indexes. All right, here in the U.S., we are looking flat at the open, except for the NASDAQ. So there must have been some earnings last night from some heavyweights in the NASDAQ that shot up pretty well. There's probably like an earnings site I could go to take a look at it. I'm not sure if it's anybody on our list or not. Let's see who. Google had earnings last night, if I remember right, and somebody else on our list had earnings. Anyway, let's go back here. Gold is at $11.91, sinking a little bit further slowly into the sunset. Oil is $57.50, still hanging in there, although I noticed I think gas went down 10 cents a gallon yesterday when I was out. And the dollar is at 97.44.5 and $1.08 against the euro, so weakening a tad against the euro. Doesn't mean much to us unless we want to swap, like maybe 500 grand or something like that against the euro. Then it might mean something, but to most of us, doesn't mean much. Okay, and here's SPX. Let's take a look at ES overnight. Looks like we had a new high, doesn't it? I changed this chart here to, come back. I changed this to a 5-year weekly. It was a 1-year weekly because I wanted to see if this was a new high. Well, this is a new high on the ES. On the SPX, it was a new high, 5-year high. On the ES, we're not quite there yet. So I'm not sure, when they talk about new highs, exactly what they're looking at. I don't know if it's the futures or if it's, something else, something other than the cash index. I don't know. Because the cash index did hit a new high. You can see that here. So we're looking at a doji right now on the ES for today. Probably get some movement up, I would imagine, considering how things went over in Europe. So if we look at SPX, as soon as it comes up here, yeah, there was a new high yesterday. It pulled back from it, but it was a new high, and it's breaking out of this trend line here on both the weekly and the daily. That's a good thing for our little trade here, which we still have 4 weeks left on it. But we'll take a look again next week somewhere in here to see if we want to put another one on with another, like a 30-day expiration on that one too, as we did on all of these two simulated trades here in Yeller and this white one here. Alright, let's see, what should we do next? Let's take a look at the A+ list and get cracking here. Alright, so here's Apple. And we have our support down here on the weekly. We are in sort of an uptrend. It looks like as though we're going to swing back up here. And let's pull in here a little bit tighter here. Okay, so yeah, Apple's moving smartly. It would have been a good play here. We got this PPS up, and we got greens all across the board here. Green over here. Would have been a good trade, but we had earnings. And, from a price movement perspective, I don't have a problem with earnings, but with increasing volatility, IV increasing as earnings nears, it's like you're like a fish trying to swim upstream, or salmon trying to spawn. Let's see here. So Amazon had their earnings last night, and they missed. They were supposed to lose 13, and they lost 12. So I don't know why they're expected to lose on the earnings per share, but what did that do to them? About a 30-minute here. Big move. Well, that's great for Amazon. You know how much I love them. So now we can get down to business with them. We're probably going to get a continuation here. Back in the old days, I might have done a day trade on them, but not anymore, folks. Sticking to the rules. Okay, Baidu, definitely some resistance here. Can't hold above it on the weekly. And we're getting a lot of sideways chop here also with earnings next week. Chipotle, they already had their earnings, and ouchie on Chipotle. Ouchly? Chipotle? Yeah. And Costco. Did I get out of the Costco trade yesterday? Did I not? Yes, I did. I got out of the Costco trade. Let me bring it up here. Stand by. Yeah, here we go. We got out yesterday. We collected 50 and got out at 93, so we saved 7 cents in loss, I guess you could say, plus commissions. So it probably was pretty much a wash, and probably pretty much took the total loss, because 100% win would have been $100, and 100% loss would have been negative 100. So according to this, we saved $14, but spent $255 to get out. So you always got to kind of figure those things in there, although I don't include them in what I'm showing you here. So we are out of Costco. Now, even though we do have a turn down, when I got in on this, the MACD was down. And these things move around during the day, so I probably got in this one maybe a little bit early during the day. I don't know. That was on, let's zoom in just a tad more here. That was on Wednesday, yeah. The last day I would trade this week. Going back to the rules. And you can see here, momentum has stayed green. So, mistake. Paid for it. The Dow, this downward sloping trend line looks like as though it's moving sideways, but it did break out, and it's maintaining itself above it. And then we have support down here. Probably won't be getting close to that support anytime soon. Gold had a good day yesterday, but it's pulling back today. The futures are anyway. Google, let's see here. Come on. 530, 627. Okay, so what happened overnight there? Probably was a good thing, don't you think? Any day now. Any day. Come on. I'm having some performance problems again here. I'm going to get a warning. I'm going to. Hang on. Alright, so here we have their results after hours. 558 to 580. That's a $22 move. And it's pretty sweet. That's another one to add to the reason why the NASDAQ futures are so high. Okay. LinkedIn. Earnings next week. Just take a pass on them. NASDAQ. Yeah, you're going to look sweet today. Just going to be a powerful surge upward. And probably pull the rest of the market with it, I would think. Netflix. Yeah, this alert refuses to go off. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll keep them on the list for today, just because pickings are kind of slim. And let's see what's going on here. We get a little red hook down here on the weekly stochastic, though. I think it's just because of this consolidation here and this price. We're just not getting any sort of movement here. We do have a kind of red candle here for this week, so yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. Maybe we'll get something today. This is hopeful, so something might happen. Don't like to trade on Fridays, though, so we'll see. Priceline, almost at max profit at the moment. What is that short worth here? It is the short still at 27.5 cents. So there's still juice. We're still looking at a 5 cent difference between these two. So that's about what it would cost to get out. So rather than incur transaction costs, it's going to hang in here on this particular one, and hope it doesn't turn against us today. Probably not. Russell. Really nothing there. A lot of price consolidation, sidewise movement. Not real interested. We took a little bit of a peek at SPX before. And if I ever get this thing to kick in here, we might get some data. Yeah, so this is looking good. And like I mentioned, if things still are looking kind of sweet, we might look for a little bit of a dip here and then get back in again with one next week, if everything works out for us. And last but not least is Tesla. Earnings, yeah, a little bit further away here. I think we're in a new uptrend on Tesla. I think we're kind of verified here on the weekly. I mentioned that, but we still have earnings, so do we have time to slip one in? Well, this being Friday, we're going to have to wait all the way till Monday, and then earnings are in the following week, so we're just going to stay away from Tesla for right now. Alright, so it's Friday. Hope everybody enjoys their weekend. I hope everybody's profitable. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and happy trading.